What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's head to the workplace. Not quite yet. I gotta wait on somebody. I do. But anyway, it's ramble time because I want to touch a couple different subjects. I don't want to just stay on Mr. James because I'm gonna look at it tonight while I'm at work. The Kevin Durant episode with Steve Nash, man. You know, today in today's NBA's culture, man, it seems like the guys that are labeled stars and superstars is the ultimate. And if you like just a professional guy, you might be just a solid guy on the bench, 5 to 7 points a game, maybe 10 if you're lucky on some teams, on some superstar teams. You looked at it like you a scrub. It's that, it's really gotten to that place where, like, just take, DeAndre Ayton, he's finally signed with the Lakers. So the Lakers and LeBron fans finally got their man. We're gonna see how that plays out. DeAndre Ayton is a head case on the real. I alluded to some of that today on my video that I posted today. He was leading the charge against Monty Williams, and that's what got Monty Williams out of there in Phoenix, because he was complaining. It's been reports like when he was in Portland, they were saying he couldn't report to work because he said his ice had covered his driveway. They talking about Portland, man. Like, they can't drive in snow and ice. I'm pretty sure they've done that before. I could be wrong. Anybody, if you're from Portland, let me know. But it's just got the whole conversation with NBA basketball has gotten to a point where it's the have and the have-nots, and it's really them taken away from enjoying basketball. Now, like I'm doing now, everybody has to talk on it, but I'm not speaking for anybody else, and I'm pretty sure other people feel this way too. But I watched NBA basketball since I was a kid, like preteen. I wasn't watching like I'm at now, where I'm at now. But I used to watch the Boston Celtics, because that's when Cornbread Maxwell was a player, and I was told by my mom, because my mom was a basketball head, so I'm pretty sure she had the game on. I used to say Cornbread Maxwell. So I know I was watching the Celtics. I know I through the years before I really started watching, I know I watched the '86 finals. I remember faintly when Magic and Bird went at it, because for one, they replayed the game every so often, especially on like SportsCenter. So I've watched older basketball that I can't recall like I can with these other games I've watched. But just take like Michael Cooper, AC Green. Today they would be considered like peasants in the NBA circles, but back when I was watching, they were treated with some respect. The way they talk about other guys, teammates now that aren't stars is crazy. Like the Dorian Finney-Smith comment that KD made, and that's how he really views himself. Like, why would I pass the ball to Dorian Finney-Smith? So why, you know what I'm saying? Like, with that same thinking, Wonder why Draymond didn't pass you the ball when you was clapping your hands for it that day when y'all fell out. But I mean, that's another example of the weak-minded players that's in now. Because Draymond Green had an idea KD might leave, and he was in his feelings. And being that he's a big old baby, entitled, that he now he feels like he's on top of the basketball world, and he really has been riding. You want to talk about somebody riding coattails? They talk about Scottie Pippen riding Scottie. I mean, they be talking about Scottie Pippen like he rode George's coattail. He was a major contributor. Now, it might not have always equated the points, but you would have had to watch the Bulls to know this. And that's the thing that sparked me started making videos. Look, I was watching the Bulls from the beginning of the come up till the come up. I saw the retirement, the comeback, the maintaining of a dynasty. So I was there front and center watching those games. And my memory's all right. I'm trying to downplay it, but I got a pretty good memory. So that's the reason why I be so hot and heavy, so to speak, to put this stuff out here about Pippen, because the Bulls, and it's a shame because it's not a fault of them or Jordan, so to speak. The way they reported Jordan and reported on the team, they would call them at the beginning, before they started winning, they called him Jordan and the Jordanaires. It was kind of like a apropos title because, I mean, like I said in other ones, Dave Corzine was one of his centers. And if you look up Dave Corzine, Rory Sparrow, Elston Turner. Elston Turner was on a squad with Jordan, and he was a pretty good role player. Pretty good role player, defensive guy. I think he was on. Anyway, I ain't gonna even get into that. But it's just now it's the either you're a paid superstar or like you're a scrub. That's what it get down to, really. I saw that not Festus Ezeli, but it might not Festus Ezeli. Is it Ezeli? But anyway, the old boy that's been with Golden State, number 5, I forgot his name right now. His name escapes me. But he signed with New Orleans, and Jordan Poole's in New Orleans now. So it seemed like Jordan Poole was kind of excited about that. Man, I wish I could, I had real big hopes that Zion was going to be like holding it down for New Orleans when he first got there, man. Serious. Zion Williams in college, he was box office because he was gonna do something crazy. But like as the process went on, and like I said before, when I watched college basketball, you knew what you were getting out of the draft, and so I watched a few of Zion Williamson's games, and I did see a hint of laziness, a lot of arrogance. But I mean, like he was handling his business in college. I just got to give it to him. He was handling his business in college, but they didn't win a title. But so I knew kind of this was gonna happen because they were talking about his weight and stuff. And really, tell the truth, those highlight reel that got him hot. Man, he was playing little old dudes, man. I'm not even gonna get into the color, man. But he was playing little old dudes doing that. And dudes was impressed with that. Like, I remember when I used to go to one of the barbershops I used to go to way in the early 2010s. It'd be brothers coming through, showing like different clips of guys. And, oh man, you seen this dude? Like, check out. But like, a lot of these highlights against guys that's not even gonna be their competition in college. Get that in your head, you know, like think of that, man. Like they playing like 5'8" guys, you know, like in the same mode of like I don't want to call my boy Renegade like that, but TJ McConnell is like a little short dude, and that's another thing that Kevin Durant brought up, talking about little guards aren't in the. It look like little guards are fading out and all that other stuff, man. Like Durant really got some. That just shows he's not as bad as LeBron, but he say some stupid stuff too, man. Like just because his view of basketball, and LeBron basically like massaging him. I'm not gonna get graphic because I really want to, but like he was riding KD hard, talking about you're the perfect, so efficient, you're so efficient. Man, look, you're supposed to be efficient, and you know, like you're supposed to be an efficient basketball player, but sometimes things aren't pretty, and a lot of times that falls under winning basketball. Like I've seen past champions get down and dirty, not do all, you know, it wasn't precision. It was sometimes with a blunt instrument. And that's the thing that LeBron hasn't learned in 22 years, 21 years, or however many 20 years he done played. Like, it is physicality that comes with this game. It's not on the level of football, but it's still a level of physicality in the game. And he wants it to be like, you know, but before I close, man, like Steve Nash is sitting there, and now his expression is kind of changed, man. He's kind of like looking at it like, I'm over it, man. I'm over it. I can't wait to see the one with KD, because he probably like, finally somebody's here to take, you know, because Luka wasn't even talking that much on his, but this dude is still mind the game. He must they must not be taking the push that LeBron's trying to give Nash, because Nash still ain't got no job. I don't think, you know. Nash got majorly disrespected in Brooklyn, to the point where I don't think he'll be able to command the locker room, because Kyrie was dissing him about the MVPs, him being a Kobe guy. I ain't gonna go that far, but to be totally honest, when Steve Nash did win those championships, that was around about the same time the Malice in the Palace, Kobe getting caught up in Colorado, and it might have been a couple other incidents. But people talk about David Stern, you know, it was some months, and it was like during the season, this past season for the NBA. It was guys talking about they wish Stern was back. Man, the people don't remember how dirty Stern was, and Stern was getting booed at the draft. Like Roger Goodell gets booed now. Stern was getting booed like that because he was doing some backhanded stuff. The Kobe trade, when he rescinded the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers. Like, he was doing some dirty stuff. Stern was doing some dirty stuff. The San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns series, where Robert Ory pulled the cheap shot, got away with it. The guys on the Phoenix bench couldn't sit still, and he suspended those key guys. Stern was doing some dirty stuff, man. Serious business. He was doing some dirty stuff. But I've seemed to arrive at my at my destination. So I'm gonna get back at you. Grandpa out.